individuals that have been doing some awesome things and getting some good start, you know, have great starts and things like that. So we definitely want to start acknowledging that. So in a few seconds, we're going to be going live, guys. So definitely want you to know that as well. So if you do pop on to the show, you know, make sure if you go into view mode or video mode, make sure that you can be seen properly, right? Want to remove all the things in your background. Hold on one second. All right, let me get this off of here. All right, now we're rocking and rolling with so much soul. Like we're 130 years old. All right, cooking with grease. All right, welcome Carolyn Penn. Welcome Miss Sharon Avant. Welcome you guys. I got somebody also getting ready to come in. Hold on, let me hit the admit button here. We got somebody joining in right now. So once again, my name is Michael Holmes and one of the founders of the R.E.A.L University. R.E.A.L just simply stands for, you know, doing what you feel, right? That the purpose that you have, the passion that you have, that R.E.A.L is renewing excellence, advancing leadership, right? Within yourself, within your family, within the community, right? So what we want to do is within this, we have seen how others have had challenges, right? You have others that have been paying thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars to, you know, to watch the gurus do this, but everything sometimes it gets left out, or maybe if there's a little bit more that they need to tell you, maybe that's a little bit more that, you know, they want you to pay them, right? We've all been there. We've been to the free things, and when we get invited, we don't get everything that we need to succeed. So the real you, right? That's what it stands for, something that you can actually grab hold to. So we go through with the R.E.A.L University to make sure that you can run after your particular purpose, your particular passion, and you can put anything in there, underline it, right? Whatever that is, your purpose or passion, non-profit, for-profit, working from home, whatever this may be. This is your ideal time, see? But the only thing that is missing, like they say, what is missing in church? What they say, the CH is there and the other CH is there. They say, what's missing? The UR, right? So that's the only thing that's missing within this, right? You have the ingredients. The ingredients are the networks. The ingredients are the resources. All you have to do is add yourself and a little bit of self-discipline, right? And once you do that, everything starts to change for you. So within this framework, we like to help individuals to reach their goals, right? And whatever these goals are, you can simply be a part of the university. And as they say in college, right, you can matriculate, right? That's just a fancy word for advancing through the courses that we are offering. What are the courses? It's simple, right? We're going to help you to get access to capital. We're going to make sure that your credit is good, that working on your business credit, understanding how to work with leveraging credit, which is creating assets for your life, right? So it's very simple. And what I want to share with you guys here tonight is a celebration as well. So we have some of the people that are here that are tuning in. We have some of the people, of course, will be seeing this recording. Some of the people are watching this right now on the YouTube channel. All right. So what we want to do, let me go ahead and share this with you guys, because this is amazing. Okay. Let's see here. There we go. All right, so what we have here, first individual up to bat, we have Mr. Corey Turner, but I'm gonna wait 1 second, make sure that you guys can see my screen okay before we go into the presentation completely. Okay. And you guys, if you guys can see the first screen on the presentation that says Mr. Corey Turner, does anybody see that, or do you still see The presentation not showing yet.
It says congratulations for DIYA.
Thank you. Cool beans. Let's see here. Says the blind man. Let's see here. Why is this sharing? So let's do it this way then, guys. So I have these saved, the pictures as well. So I had this in a slide presentation, but for some reason, when we go into that particular presentation mode, it escapes the Zoom. Okay, so anyway, so let's say congratulations, because what we're talking about is 3 phases of activation, right? So, and what we do in these 3 phases, we are always working toward the investment phase. Some of the individuals have come with investments already at the table. Some individuals have worked to the area of investing. So what do I mean by that? The 3 phases, they're cash flow management. That's understanding what the dollars are, where the dollars should be going, your personal credit, understanding how money is working in your life, right? And then the next step is business income. That's understanding, okay, I need 1099 income. I need a little bit more than just the job that's going to help me with this situation. And then the next phase is investment income, because we all want to make sure that we are settled, right, for the last chapter of our lives, right? Because maybe we don't want to work, or maybe it's time for them and they've sold off the job, and maybe we can't work, whatever it may be, right? So we want to, and these individuals have been working, they've been working with me, working with R.E.A.L University through, as well as MyEcon, which is the My Economy personal financial success company. Okay, so congratulations, Mr. Corey Turner. Investment success, increasing wealth using strategies. And our goal is to always own a piece of America, so that then we can turn around and change the people around us by owning that piece of America, okay? And so now we can activate the community because we have access to capital. What is access to capital? That's something real, right? And so congratulations, John Watts, right? And that should be investment success. Increasing your wealth using strategies. John's been working with us for a second. So I think it's about 9-10 months or so, has already 2 investments that should be closing within this month as well. And a couple of other individuals that are strong people that are on his team also. Okay. So congratulations to John Watson. Make sure, John, you let me know. I can correct that. It should be saying investment success. Congratulations to another young man. This is Michael Young, another one. He's in the early 20s, right? And his cash flow success. And this simply means that he started on his way. He's already maximized the cash flow manager, understanding that in order to get his return back, he has to track his home-based deductions. He's learned how to change his bills into business expenses, and is starting to get that money back. That's what cash flow success means. So congratulations again to Michael Young for that cash flow success. And as well, success. You are a wealth champion as well, Miss Carolyn Penn. Increasing wealth and the never give in. That is because Miss Carolyn has been going through a private challenge, right? And I've seen her, just stay in, still plug in, even though there's some things that's happening, right? And so I wanted to say congratulations as well to not just your cash flow success, but also never giving in, all right? Cool beans. Let's make those cool beans hot. Right. So next we have the champion of champions. We have Miss Yashika McMorris, who is more presentations will be coming later, as well as more awards will be coming later for this young lady as well. But this one, we're going to highlight the home creation, just like the persons that are on her team, like Mr. Watts, who's also has properties. This young lady also has created 2 investment properties that are closing as well. So as we say, we don't worry about their economy. We're here to create our economy. That's why we are working with MyEcon, which is what my economy. So again, congratulations to Yashika McMorris. And also, too, another individual we want to say shout out to, that's Mr. Trevor Watson, Cashflow Success. And I also have apologized for that particular one. I think I used the right picture there. So that's awesome as well. And also, too, Trevor has gone through some challenges as well, especially this past here. And we won't just personal challenges. We'll leave it like that. So congratulations to Mr. Trevor Watts as well. And Mrs. Shantae Lattimore, who always is smiling and everything, is always willing to pitch in to help inside and outside of whatever we're doing, has shown up. You know, I know others wanted to show up, but she's had to been able to show up into the giving and to serving that we've been doing as well for the elderly and the children too. Okay, so congratulations to Miss Shantae Lattimore for investment side. She is learning how to bolster or how to increase the 401k that she has. Guys, you got to understand, your 401k is an IRA, right? That's being invested into what they say, right? But when you understand how to redirect your capital, redirecting that production of wealth there, then you can actually redirect it into your own investment strategy. Okay, so congratulations again to Miss Lattimore. Once again, we want to say congratulations to a nice young lady as well, who's been there also from the very beginning as well, Miss Brittany Cowell, and this investment success. Ms. Cowell has invested a while ago. It's been getting returns from the very beginning. She got returns in the very beginning, right? So it was an upfront return upon a yearly, monthly advance, if you want to say. And also is prepared for, as well as others, for business credit success as well. So guys, we really want to do the things and participate in those 3 levels. Remember, when you're going forward, your focus is cash flow management, business income, and investment income. And when we're talking about investment income, we're talking to a young man that is really turning things up. I think he's been aboard for maybe a week or 2, and has already built a home, is successful, and we're getting ready to do some awesome things with the other investing that we're doing. So congratulations for your investment success, and has also started with the cash flow success as well. So congratulations, Mr. D.Y. Nobawi, right? I appreciate you, and I appreciate you for always being there, and all of the information that you're sending me on a consistent basis, guy, is a wealth of information. Cool beans. All right, so what we want to do is say congratulations to a young lady that is also never gave in as well. So we want to say congratulations to Miss Ursula Davis for It's Duly Noted. All right, and so it's also increasing wealth using strategies. This lady has already had a return and already has reinvestment, and also is waiting on the next return as well, right? So remember, guys, cash flow management, business income, and investment income. And once again, congratulations to everybody that is always participating, and welcome back those of you guys that are now starting to generate your cash flow and things like that. So that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that you're in a position to do the things that you really desire. And if you're not, then the only thing that we can do with that, right? We want to make sure that you are either have the motivation or the inspiration that's necessary. But right now, the biggest challenge is not to have the motivation, which is, hey, somebody needs to touch, or somebody needs to point, or somebody needs to, push you, or, but you have the inspiration, right? Motivation is cool, but motivation is like brushing your teeth, right? You got to do it every day, right? So, but if you don't, then somewhat, something starts not to do exactly right? So we want to make sure we're motivated every day, but that motivation at some point in time needs to turn into inspiration. So then nobody needs to tell you, hey, Thursday, this is what we're doing. Nobody needs to get you excited about your own purpose. And then you're just sharing, you're talking about what you're doing, what you're excited about in your life. And that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that you're able to do those things that you really like. So we want to do, let me make sure that you can see this, and we can rock and roll so that we can explore. Make sure everybody is here. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Stop the share. All right. So what we're doing, guys, our goal is just right now to revisit what we were talking about by the nonprofit success, about the grant, right? We have started working with feeding the elderly in the Spartanburg area, and also feeding the children in that area as well. So, and with that process, it has been going well. We are serving anywhere between, right around 20 seniors every day, and we're serving about 5 or so of the children every day, and that's an awesome start. And what we want to do is we have some others on the table that are also waiting, but we are wanting to, execute that right so that we can meet everybody's need the best way possible. So what we want to do is we want to, number one, let you guys know wherever you are that we can, if you know of a group area where the elderly, like a group where the elderly are I don't want to say congregated. Maybe they have a group living area where they have, assisted living, not where it's assisted to where, they're needing lots of help, but, just the general assistance where you have a lot of the elderly living there. Sometimes they have the other disabled, they live there as well. Okay. So we can serve those individuals. And then also if there's after school programs, daycares, right? Those individuals are paying somebody, or they're buying their groceries. It's coming out of their pocket. So we can service those individuals, right, with no charge to them. And when we do this, we have a grant that will say, okay, hey, you did this, and then they have a certain amount that they will reimburse us as well to help us to do so. So we have that in place. So some of us are not able to be there because we serve between, the lunch hours, basically, somewhere between 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock is what we're serving the seniors. And then the kids are like 2:30 to 4:30, somewhere around in there. So most people are at work. We do realize that. So we also have to where we are going to be reaching out to local individuals, local grocery stores, and these different places like this for, the donations. Let them know that what we're doing in their area, and just they may want to give food, or any types of donations that they may want to do. And then you may know of college individuals, or there may be some retired individuals that may want to serve. So we reach out to those individuals as well. And then you can also be one of the individuals that will reach out to the daycare centers, reach out to the different types of elderly care centers as well. Reach out by phone to see if they could would like to participate in a feeding program. So what I'm basically saying is there's different pieces that everybody can play, until you can get to that point of serving. And we also want to show you if you have that particular heart. And we're in the Spartanburg area, right? We also will be serving the Lawrence area and in the Columbia area, and a couple other Greenville area eventually. And so we're going into the Georgia area, North Carolina area. So if you are an individual and you know somebody that's already in this type of field, or they're already in a nonprofit and they could use this type of service, to help their community, then what you can do is reach out to them and we will help them set this up. And it will also promote them not only in the serving, but it also compensates. So what we will do is we will form this just like a franchise, and we'll reach out just like Red Cross or any other humanitarian franchises. And so with that, it will also create something for you as well, for the individual that referred us to that area that we can help. Okay, and we can talk about that more, right? And so that's our nonprofit. So, and what we're functioning in that area right now, but we're going to be expanding into helping people to get certificates in the trades and understanding entrepreneurial skills. We're going to be doing employment trainings and things like that. So we want to activate everybody's individual purpose, but I reach out to the leaders to say, hey, not just it's fine to say, let me get this apple off the tree for my individual self, but I want to talk to leaders as yourself, those that are listening. It may not be you and it may be you, but those that say, hey, yeah, I do want to change the community. I do want to change my family. I want to change myself, of course. But so when you have that decision, I want you to continually to reach out to understand, hey, it's going to be some changes that happens within you in order for you to produce what that you desire to produce. You cannot, we don't have the capacity to feed everyone that we need to feed. I'm speaking in parable, if you would, or a metaphor, right? So you as an individual, you have to be expanded. Your vision has to be expanded. Your knowledge has to be expanded. Your wisdom has to be expanded in order for you to help others. In order for that to happen, it has to be some kind of pain, or, right? So to give you something to stretch you, right? The pain may be the sacrifice to saying, I'm not going to watch this particular show, and I'm going to spend 20 minutes reading a great book on Think and Grow Rich so I can change or stretch my mind. I'm going to read a little bit about whatever this particular passion I have. I'm going to take 10 minutes. I'm going to read a little bit about it so I can become more proficient in this, right? If I like real estate, then I'm going to dive in and get more involved in real estate. If it's health and nutrition, I'm going to be more specifically, I'm going to have more knowledge about that area, right? So you want to work on yourself, work on your knowledge area. You see, it takes something. Just like we say all the time, we want to lose weight, right? And so I had to change. I had to increase my activities and decrease what I was eating, right? That's the only way it's going to happen. And so what I have to do is, if I want to gain weight now, right, I have to increase the things that are working toward that, and I have to decrease the things that are not working toward that. So you guys are saying, hey, I want financial success. But guess what? As soon as you say that, it says the enemy comes immediately. See, why do you expect anything different? You must expect something awful to, I won't say awful, but you got to expect something to go contrary to the decision that you just made. But you can't let that stop you, right? You got to be like the Michael Youngs. You got to say, hey, I was going for, a second or two, but here I am. I'm never gone, right? And so you can be like the Marcus Carwow's who say, hey, they might have taken me out a little bit here, but here I am again, right? And so when you develop that mindset, now you start to see that what got you here were your habits. Your habits got you here, right? But there was a little flicker of light, a flicker of sunlight that showed you MyEcon, that showed you R.E.A.L University, that showed you I need some help with this area. And see, that little conviction, it saw that this was something that could help me. And now when you see that it can help you, don't allow the crap that's going to come your way to deter you from receiving the help that's here. So what that means is that now I have to change. I used to be this. I used to be the Michael that didn't want to get in front of the crowd, right? I used to be the Michael that, didn't want to do X, Y, or Z, right? Now I have to be this way. I have to not procrastinate. I have to be on time, because guess what? Now I have individuals that I'm responsible for. I've made it bigger than myself. So if you're wanting to succeed and you're doing this without a successor, then are you really succeeding just yet, right? And so your successor could be just the individuals right there in your household. The successor could be just the person in the mirror that says, man, if I had met Michael, this Michael here, if I had met Michael that was 25, I wouldn't even like that guy. I wouldn't even like that guy. So I tell people, I heard this on one presentation, but you should say this to other people too. You should say this, hey, you're meeting me now in 2023, right? If you knew me, or you knew me yesterday, right? That's not the same person. If you knew me, you did 2 months ago, 2 years ago, 20 years ago, that's not the same person, right? So you have to go through life the same way. So you're changing every day. You're putting 10 pages of a good book, right? You're reading those 10 pages, you're depositing that. You're getting on calls like this once a week so that you get around others that talk differently. Listen to what's happening. Listen to the people that are talking the same. What are they doing? Right? What are they doing? I love being on TikTok, right? I love watching it and laughing, this, that, and the other. But at some point in time, that's not helping my family. That's not putting no money in my pocket. Even if I'm a quote unquote influencer, that means now I got to consider that as a job. I don't want that as a job. That's not a business. That's a job. You got to clock in for 8 to 10 hours. You got to always be creating for those particular things. If you don't post, you don't make, right? So that's still a job. And that's what we really have to get an understanding of what we're wanting to create. So if we want to create cake, right, and we put salt in instead of sugar, what do we expect? So that's what we want to do. You guys are producing, and now I want to give you the way that you can do 10x what you really want in life. And it's not difficult. It's no different than riding a bicycle. But the thing is, when you're riding a bicycle, there are not 7 billion ways that people are trying to teach you how to ride that bike. But every time you open up your Instagram, every time YouTube, every time any type of media, you're going to see 7 billion different ways to do anything. And so how can anybody make a solid decision about the particular things that they're trying to do in life? So once you plug in and you say, okay, hey, what am I plugging into? It is not you plugging into something like I'm buying a TV set and I plug it in and it works for me. No, you have to grab a hold of this and make it work, right? Just like you have those the bikes that you ride, the exercise bikes, right? Right. You don't want to turn that into a coat rack, right? You want to make it work for you, right? So this here, you have to say, okay, I'm tuning into principles and strategies. I'm not expecting this to work for me. I'm expecting to change the way I've been doing things by implementing a solid principle that's going to produce a well-known result. That's it. If I do 1, 2, and 3, I'm going to get 4. If I say 2 + 2, I'm still going to get 4, right? And so that's what we want to produce for you, even though everybody is different. We have people going this way, this type of business, this type of thing, this type of thing, but you can all come together under the knowledge of what? Cash flow management, business income, and investment income through what? Personal credit, business credit, leveraging that credit so that you can create assets for yourself. That's the simplest, that's the breakdown, right? So when you get that in mind, then you go to work and you say, okay, I got to work this 8, 10 hours, right? Like Miss Jonte says, hey, I got to do a double, right? So you got to put that time in. That's investing that time. And so now you've invested that time into your jobs, 10 hours, 12 hours, 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, 80 hours a week. You've invested into that job. Now the job is producing fruit. And so what we call a paycheck. Now, what are you doing with this paycheck as your fruit? Are you now taking the paycheck and say, okay, hey, I'm going to eat all of the paycheck. I'm going to eat all of my fruit, including the seed. That's not what we do. We cultivate the job, and then we say, okay, job, you have 30% of my money. You call it taxes. I call it my money. So now I have a business and wisdom. Now this says, give me my money back, right? So now you got 30% back into your household, right? So now you take this and also the seed from your jobs. And so you're going to spread it out. Some of the money will go into debt, taking care of debt. Some of the money, what goes into bringing down expenses and taking care of that. Some of the money goes into 401ks, investments. Some of the money goes into getting your personal credit together. See, the money can't go to beer. The money can't go to cigarettes. The money can't go to, the cable, right? Cut it out, because we have one, like to say the soap opera, we got one life to live, right? And we wasn't born just to work and to pay bills and die. That's not why we were born. We didn't do this. It's not why we weren't coming up through school saying that I want to be this what I am right now. I did. I mean, I know, but really we don't go through school and say, hey, I want to, we were saying I have big dreams. I want to do this. I want to have a house like this. I want to have a car like this. And then we messed around and had a child at 12, at 15, at 16, at 20, right? We messed around and did something that landed us in behind bars, right? We did something that just took us out of the mix. So we can't live based upon those expectations. We have to live on the expectations of what we put into our mind yesterday. What did we do to change the results that we're going to see tomorrow? The only way you can change those results are changing what goes into your ears, what you see with your eyes, and the people you hang around. Look around the top, let's say 2-3 people that are around you, okay? You are going to be like them. That's what's going to happen, right? And so what we want to do is we want to put the things together, and we want to say, okay, hey, what I want to do is this is for you. I put this together. Any of my friends will tell you, my significant other will tell you, this is not something that is always pleasurable. Putting the presentations together, helping individuals that will steal from you. It's all kinds of things I've been through, right? And we do it because it is a purpose, right? We're drawn to it. And so we want you to be in your area that you're drawn to. That's what makes you excited, because you are loving what you're doing. Okay. And until you can get into that arena, then you have to discipline your job, discipline your disappointments, right? And then discipline your habits so that you do the things that others are doing that are producing the results. It's not difficult. We say, hey, when we want to find out this, right? We go Google it, we YouTube it, we find out, right? Because that's where it is. So what we want to do now is we want to say, okay, hey, let me slow down. And this is an area where I'm safe. I can learn here and earn at the same time. See, we will invest into a school, and this school may not pay out for 4 years, 2 years, 8 years, 12 years. We'll put that time in because we know what it produces. Okay. See, you have to take that same seriousness about your particular purpose or passion. And that can't be just money. If you just to do something, I just want to make a lot of money. You're never going to do it. It's always going to be something that's going to get in the way of that, because money is elusive. You chase after it, it runs. You have to know that it belongs with you. See, that's different. That's different. See, when I'm looking and I'm researching, I'm not researching how to make money. I did that in my 20s and 30s and part of my 40s, right? I said, well, I'm looking for ways to make money. But see, that doesn't happen anymore. Money comes because I'm looking for ways to make solutions for people's problems. That's the change in your mindset that you have to change to. What do I love to do that is also going to allow me to solve problems? How can I take what I love to do and solve problems? I love massage therapy, let's say. Now I post things about what's that? That's sciatic nerve. I don't know if I'm mispronouncing it, but it's that nerve that some people are always talking about, that you got to get massaged at your back or whatever. I would make posts about how massage therapy helps the production of bop bop bop. Right? Hey guys, have you ever had a problem sleeping? Did you know that ... and a good massage with this, and this produces this, right? And now you got a 60-second TikTok. Now you done produce that. Now create about 10 of those in a week. And now you got a month worth of production done, right? So if I was an individual and I said, hey, I want to be in the servant industry. I want to be in the nonprofit industry. All right. And so now I'm going to start producing ways that I can help others to find out more about the things that I'm finding out about. Hey, I like nonprofits. I want to help my community. Hey guys, did you know that if you do this, this, and this, it can select you for a reimbursement grant in the area of feeding the children? By the way, and you just keep on rocking, right? If it's real estate, if it's cars, right? I have a young lady that does, believe it or not, she produces motorcycles. I mean, she builds them from the ground up, right? And so now I'm posting things about, what are the problems that people have that would like to have custom motorcycles, right? Do you do this, right? Because you buy motorcycles from factories, right? What is the problem? Because would you like to have something like this, right? Solve a problem. See, these type of tips, just one tip can retire you from your job. And when I say retire, you guys should no longer, I don't care how old you are, you should be focusing on the next 6 to 12 months, retiring. There's no reason why you can't do that. There's no reason why you can't do that. It depends on your position. I say 6 to 18 months because I see people in different positions. There's no reason. All you have to do is increase all your cash flow opportunities, right? Reduce expenses, reduce your debt or eliminate the debt, reduce the taxes by now getting all your tax money back, right? Get your credit ready. Now you got more money. Start writing off your lifestyle, turn your bills into business expenses. So now more money's coming back. See, you haven't started selling a thing. And I've shown you ways that's going to increase your cash flow somewhere between $500 to $2,000 every month if you just do those things, right? Now you're in position to start changing your lifestyle. So now you take that money, like we were saying before, and reinvest it. Right? Now you have extra money. Let me put this over here into bolstering my 401k up. Let me put it over here into getting me a net 30 account. Right? Let me put it over here and building my Dun and Bradstreet up. Let me put this extra money over here, right? So that all you want to do is reduce all your expenses. So now, let's say, for instance, with the house and all your expenses, insurance, everything, you have it reduced down to $2,000 a month. Right? And now over the next 12 to 18 months, you have created, let's say, $3,000 a month in various things. Right? You have a couple of large things happening. You're talking to individuals in your purpose and passion. And so in those different things, some of them going to want financing, some of them are going to want houses, some of them going to want cars, some of them are going to want, various things that we can help them with. Just point them to us. That produces multiple streams of income for you, right? So all you have to do is do what you love. Take the second, discipline yourself so you can do what you love. That's all we're saying, guys. And so with this here, I wanted to also highlight those the real estate things that we were talking about. So as we are wrapping up, we always wanted to focus on, like I say, the accolades. And so right now, what I want to do is, as we get ready to talk about the different things on the real estate side, like we have Michelle, we have John, we have Corey, we have Michael Young, we have Savion, we have Yashika, we have Ursula, Shantae, Carolyn, right? So all those individuals that I named, there may be some that I didn't see, missed, but all those that I named, they have various properties, right? Or they are participants in the purchase of properties. And see, along the way, while this is happening, they are producing the cash flow manager. They're learning how to track and manage their write-offs. And then in the meantime, they're working and learning how to do the business credit, or they are doing the net 30 accounts, net 45 accounts, because we are working with their personal credit one way or the other, okay? And so with those processes, now these individuals can start to see, right? So what you want to do is you want to take it like this. Take your brain and say, okay, I'm gonna park it for a little while. I'm gonna park my brain. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to now only operate upon the structure that I'm being given. And see, when you do that, it takes away the second guessing. It takes away the overthinking, because now you're at a safe place and you know you're operating on principles and strategies, not just trinket selling something or trying to be a salesperson, because only 2 or 3% of America can actually sell something or either wants to sell something. So I'm showing you how to operate within yourself first, right? So that then you can become all that you desire. And now your wisdom that you're attaining, you can now take this wisdom, this extra cash flow, and then operate in the leveraging and start to create assets for yourself, right? And the assets that you're creating for yourself is simply because we as a group are looking into apartments, are looking into businesses, are looking into nonprofits. And then now as a group, you are working and you contribute to the group advances that we do. So as you're doing your particulars, let's say for instance, we are doing apartments, we're buying houses, we're helping individuals with their individual purchases on houses and things, right? And so as they're doing this, we then will need various investments in order to make it happen for this particular house purchase or apartment purchase or business takeover that we're getting ready to do, right? And so in order to do that, we give the directions to have access to capital. So as you're working, we are over here on the personal credit side. You should have already uploaded your things into our personal credit portal so that we can be working on your personal credit. So then you can get into the 680s to the 680s, 700s. So then we can get 20 to 40K in personal credits. Okay. That way you got $20,000, $40,000, right? That you can move around with, right? You can put down on earnest money. You can put down on the things that surveys, on appraisals. You see what I'm saying? Because right now, while others are getting ready with their personal credit and business credit, what we have to do is, as a real university, we're having to foster the majority, right? So when there is a $20,000 down payment, or when there is 7 houses on the board, and you got to pay for $1,500 a piece for the appraisals and the inspections. See, that's coming out of R.E.A.L University, right? And so when we say, okay, hey, you'll be a part of this, and we say, well, there's 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, whatever that is, to be a part of that, you see that is a part of the overall purchase of what we're doing. Okay. So now, as you are getting yourself together and you've gotten yourself together, now you keep up with your personal credit, right? Now you keep up with the business credit side of things. So you say, okay, hey, this extra money I got over here, I'm going to use it over here on Uline, over here on R.E.A.L, on Grandeur, on CEO Creative, on whatever these are that we are operating with, right? So now you're able to get the business credit in place. So now with the business credit in place, we now secure 40 to 60,000. We go ahead and pay off, right, the personal credit that we secured. So now we're over here on the business credit side. Now we take that, as we have done, and we continue to invest, right? So now we've taken not the cash out of our pocket. The cash out of our pocket we used to do the creation of the personal credit, business credit. So now we leverage that credit into real estate, into investments. So now the money starts to return. Boom, 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 it starts to return. So now you're working, you're moving, you're talking to other individuals, you're excited. Don't talk about, hey, let me sell you some credit. Hey, let me sell you some business credit. Hey, let me tell you about this MyEcon. Hey, let me tell you about this R.E.A.L University. Nah. To say, hey, I'm excited. I'm getting ready to work on my personal credit because I'm going into real estate investment. I'm working on personal credit because I'm getting this nonprofit together. I'm working on my cash flow success because I want to understand how to turn my bills into business expenses, right? You're working on yourself, and that's what you're excited about. People need more money, better credit, period. Now, if they're not getting that from you, it's because of how you are either not saying something or because you have a fear and you're saying the wrong things, right? Or you're thinking that you got to sell something. No, all you have to do is work on you. Let others know how excited you are about working on yourself, and they're going to say, I want to work on me too. And if they don't say, I want to work on me too, you need to start Xing those individuals and putting them on a, what do they want to say, every so often, list. You should have some people that are on a consistent talking to basis. Like I hear Miss Penn and Miss Jessica McMorris going at it on a consistent basis. They got some great things happening today. Just going back and forth, and just concrete and just put some things together, right? Or me and John will get together and talk. JR talk about ins and outs. Me and Corey talking about purchasing the property and getting that 135 done, right? So and, excuse me, we'll put these things together, right? And as we're putting these things together, see, that's the people that you should talk to on a daily basis. But see, what happens is we have this pool because like minds, right? Think alike. So where we're coming from, we still have a little bit of where we come from. So now we want to go and talk about nothing, right? A little gossip over here, right? You want to go over here and talk about nothing. Like let them bring it down because, it feels comfortable over here. See, over here with Mike, over here with JR, over here with Miss McMorris, over here with Ursula, right? I got to change, right? So I may not want to talk to Ursula all the time. I may not want to talk to Michael Yon all the time, right? And, Shantae may get on my nerves because she's always trying to impress, better herself, right? So those are the individuals you want to be around. Those are that's going to bring you up. Because if you're the smartest person in the room that you're working with, get out of that room quickly get out of that room. See, right now, right? So no matter what, in this room right here, none of us, we all have different things that we contribute. So none of us are the smartest because we all have different things that we're contributing. That's why it's the real you, right? You get a chance to be that real person. And see, now your bills are only $1,500. Right? You reduce your expenses, everything. You're living a good life, right? You're not no beans and rice. No, you've just taken the time to increase your cash flow, put the extra money on the expenses, debt, brought it down. And now you got investments that overtake your expenses. Now, guess what? Who needs the job? Right? Right? You got $3,000 a month coming in. no matter what you do, right? So you consistently are going to do more because you're going to add more assets, right? You're going to invest over here into the little leverage, into the stocks that are going to pay you dividends. You're going to invest over here into a Roth IRA so you can get a different return over here. You're going to have a little bit more to put into a different IRA over here, and you're going to put this into a self-directed IRA so you can put it into an annuity, right? So you're going to have a little bit over here, a little bit over there, all these multiple streams. And so now you can just sit down, right? Get it hard, hit it hard, 1 second, right? 12 months, just go at it. Don't worry about it, right? Well, it's happening, it's not happening, right? Guess what? From the water, when water is getting ready to boil, it doesn't start boiling what? Until it gets to that last degree, right? It can be as hot as it wants to be, but it does not boil until it gets to that last degree. And you got to push yourself till you get to that last degree, right? Get around those individuals, set a goal. You can produce the cash flow strategies that will tell you. If you say, I want to retire here, we did this a month ago, I think, right? Go to your cash flow strategist. I know that's why a lot of people have reactivated, and it's awesome, right? Because a little while ago, I told everybody, hey, just deactivate it because, I want you to use it because you want to use it. So now we see that we need the cash flow manager. We need the cash flow strategist. We need these things to put ourselves. We can't just go by life just saying, I hope things work out well. How has that worked out so far? How is hoping life works out well goes so far? How did it go for our parents, grandparents, right? It didn't do well. Number one, because if you don't have a plan, the surrounding atmosphere is going to push you in a way that they feel like you should go. So if you don't have a plan, you're going to end up how they want you to be. You're going to make a mistake, and now everybody's going to judge you by that one mistake, right? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to always think about what others think, or you're going to put your head down and say, I'm going to do this because I want to do it, and I need to get the right things, tools necessary, and I'm a part of it. I have everything I need because people have already succeeded, right? The same thing that you want to do. Has anybody succeeded at it? Yeah. No matter how different you want to change it, right? It's still somebody has already succeeded in it. Because no matter what you are doing, you're going to need cash flow management, business income, and investment income. You're going to need personal credit, business credit, and leveraging credit, right? Guys, leaders, if you are the one that are saying, hey, I'm satisfied, it's totally fine. For the first few years, when I was changing myself, I was learning personal development, personal growth, I was not ready to help others in that manner. So if you say, I'm not ready to be that type of leader, that's fine. But those of you that I've talked to, and those of you that hear my voice right now, it sounds like I'm getting ready to call y'all to the altar, ain't it? But if y'all are wanting to 10X, if you want to get to where you want to go, it's, of course, I'm gonna start here. It's more than just what you think it has been, right? It also is less than what you think it's going to take at the same time. But what you have to do is you can't say, like I was watching the 600-pound life or whatever that thing was, and they was like, lose 50 pounds in 2 months, right? And person comes in and says, I lost those 5 pounds and I'm going in the right direction, and I think you should congratulate me for losing those 5 pounds. No, the goal was 50, right, in 2 months, right? And it'd be different if you say, okay, hey, I followed these steps and I still only lost 5. But you didn't follow the steps. So that's why you lost 5, right? So we want to be into a place to where we take every step, right? And so go ahead, I'm going to do an orientation. What's today? Today's Thursday. So I'm going to do an orientation, which is a reignite everybody. And I'm going to show you, okay, this is your infrastructure. This is how to do this, right? Just think about it. When you started your job, they didn't just let you do what you wanted to do, right? Testing 1, 2, we good to go? All right, cool beans. So let me share this with you. Hopefully. There is a way to do everything. That's what I spent my life finding out. There is a way. See, they write books and they say in this book, this is how I did what I did. And see, there is a way to do exactly what you want to do, but it is not going to be given to you. Nobody has made any type of real impact by operating at 80%. It sounds good in school because you got a B, right? But if you're on a plane and this plane is getting ready to take off and it's only going 80% of the speed it needs for the lift, then it's never going to get off the ground. It can be going 95% and it's never going to get off the ground. So you got to say, okay, hey, you have people around you, leaders, you can plug in here and be okay with somebody saying that doesn't work. Do this. What you've been doing has got you here. Do this, right? And at the same time, understand the principles that are operating must work. It's not that it will, it must work. Only thing that's different is the action and the time. That's the only thing is different. And the moment you say, complain, this never works, my life is this, I'm always this, or it's always something or other. See, those things, the power of life and death, right, is in the tongue. So at this, I got 9:30. Like I said, I want to do a good solid hour. Congratulations to everybody. I really didn't get a chance to dive into the real estate deals and wheels because I really didn't want anybody to miss out on the structure of what we're going to do. So you guys that are wanting to be leaders, I have everything that you need, right? See, when you go to a place, they give you the manual, they give you all those things, and you operate and you copy the manual, and you become the best person, right? By doing the best, by emulating that manual, right? So what you got to do is, I have your scripts ready, right? For whatever it is that you're trying to do, I'm going to teach you. So I'm looking for those that want to be a part of the presentations. We have 3 parts, well, 4 parts of the presentation that we're going to start implementing the next Thursday. So I'm going to start pulling in more individuals to participate in these. So the first part, I'm going to have people to start welcoming the people that are coming on the call. So that's one area that you can participate in to start getting, your presentation vocals together, right? You want to present, but you're still kind of scared. You need to talk in your field, right? So you still kind of have a little fear. So this can get you out of that, where you're just welcoming. And I have a script for the welcoming, okay? So you don't have to worry about it. And you don't have to get on the video either. You can do it just like I am now with a solid picture, okay? And the second one I have is the co-host. I'm going to start having co-host. My first co-host, of course, is going to be Mr. Sheikah McMorris. So you guys, definitely going to have that coming out of this coming Thursday. So, and the co-host, once again, it's very simple. I have the scripts. All you have to do, you can actually read. You can cut the video off, and you can actually read, as long as you practice it, so that it doesn't sound canned, like right? You want to say, hey, this is, you just read, right? So you can do that, right? Everybody can do that. Just read, okay? And then the other position, of course, is the host. Okay, so I'm not going to also always be hosting. I'm going to be maneuvering and moving you guys over into the host. So it's going to be moving from the introduction person. The introduction person get trained into becoming the co-host. The co-host then will be trained into becoming the host. And so the co-hosts that we have trained, they will be interchanging with the different hosts, and we will be interchanging with the different welcomers. So everybody will learn those different positions, right? And then the fourth position is the one that's the easiest, I believe. It's a 30-second testimony. And the simply is really simple. Before MyEcon, I did this. After MyEcon, I am now doing this. I'm excited. You guys tune in. See, real simple. Everything is in a pattern, guys. I've been doing this for over 20 plus years. I've been in real estate, it don't matter, but I've been doing this type of thing, which is networking and sales. Right? And see, people think that what I do is because of I'm some type of great quote unquote salesperson. It's not at all. If you know me in real life, I don't like to talk. Right? So when this is together, you can simply, I've pulled so many different things I've learned over my lifetime, and I've made them work. I've learned this, learned that, learned this, learned that, and I pulled them together. And now I have everything. I have the scripts for this. I have the presentation scripts. It's all together for it. So that 30-second presentation, you'll get the understanding. So now as you're building your business, if you're building any type of business, if you're a realtor, if you work any type of entrepreneurial things, if you are in a nonprofit, if you're trying to get a following or something like that for your nonprofit, whatever it is, you must know how to move people by speech, not just the hope. You have to understand what you're saying, how you're saying it, and when to say it. And how to do that, you have to do like an actor, like a rapper, like a musician. You practice your skill. If you don't, then that's why we are where we are. You practice your job. That's why you're good at it, because you got to go every day for 8 hours, right? You practice that thing. Do this the same way. We're going to say, okay, hey, where's everything, right? Let me see where all my MyEcon pieces are. Let me take 20 minutes and see where everything is over here. Let me take 20 minutes on Tuesday to see where everything is on the R.E.A.L University. Let me say 20 minutes on Wednesday to see how my courses are outlined. Right. So we see, just like you would go on a a college campus, you go and you start to seeing where your school or your classes are. Where's the library? Where's this? Where's that? Where's the kitchen? Where, you find out, take full advantage of everything that you have. This is 50 plus years of experience and knowledge and activation, not just from me, but from everybody that I've ever talked to, and pull it all into one. Okay. So when you're doing these things, you can't lose. You can't lose, right? So pull it together. And I appreciate everyone always showing up, staying, and hope you took great copious notes. And to see when you get off of here, if you hear anything, because sometimes people have tuned out, till I say it's time for us to go. And then they tune back in because they're watching TV or they're reading a book or they're doing something else, and they just have it on. So if you're listening and you've been watching and you don't have a notebook, right? Just make sure next time you have a notebook and a pencil or pen or something that you take notes with. If you don't know how to take notes, I will start saying, if you're somebody that likes to take notes, this is something that you may want to write down. Okay. So I'm going to make sure this is the best thing that you need, so that you won't miss a step. Okay. So just keep tuning in and stay tuned into your emails. And, some people say, man, I don't check my emails every so often. How are you going to succeed? Right? It's like saying, I don't know, but we got to turn differently, right? We can't say, I don't do this, right? I try to teach my son that we don't say can't, we say, I need help. We don't say I can't. We just simply say I need help, right? So let's get that going, guys, and let's tell some more